Are we feeling a little bit bearish this weekend, or how will things go? Hello Adrian, it is 7:30 p.m. UTC +8 once again. Welcome everybody who is watching me around the world. Hope you are having an amazing Saturday as well, and welcome. It has been a very interesting weekly close. Well, for the traditional markets, a weekly close, CME close, and a very very interesting daily close as well, of course, for Bitcoin. So yeah, let's take a look at how everything is going, and let's see if we can find something interesting for the upcoming week, of course. Okay, first let's say hi to the people. I also hope that the chat has been fixed already, but I'm not too sure. We'll find out in like 5 minutes to see if there's something, if the YouTube issue has been resolved, yes or no. I haven't seen any updates yet, so let's see. Hi Mongol, hi Lex, hi Jerson, hi Gita. How are you guys doing on this Saturday? Hi Nikolai. Hi Henry. Okay, I guess we got a couple of our hardcore crew here already, so let's start with our COVID numbers, of course. Hi Cedric. Let's go into our COVID number. Okay, yeah, so first of all, yeah, the Windows did another update, so I lost a couple of things on my chart, so I had to redo a little bit during the day, so don't mind it if there's some things that are different. But yeah, my tabs are gone as well, so okay, here's my tab. So okay, here we are. So US has over 2.2 million cases, Brazil has crossed the 1 million cases right now, and Russia over the 500,000 cases as well. So India and Peru, South American countries, are the next in line. Chile is becoming really bad as well, as we can see. So a lot of South American countries where the COVID virus is starting to spread really fast now, and it's been going up really quickly. Let's take a look on the chart, on the total chart. We have now over 8.6 million confirmed cases around the world, and as we can see, nope, there is still no flattening of the curve or anything like that, so doesn't look too good. US still not good, Brazil not good, Russia still not good, India not good as well, Peru not good as well, and Spain, in the top 6 of our European countries, is doing a lot better. Well, it has been doing a lot better, the European countries. So the European countries, if we have been looking at it on a daily basis, hasn't gone that much. I mean, at least a lot slower than other countries. But South American countries, wow, that they are it is spreading like wildfire over there. So definitely have to be very careful in case you are planning on traveling over there or from that area. Wishing you all the best, man. Wishing you all the best. Crazy times. Anyways, so before we go into all kinds of analysis, just wanted to show you a quick update on this chart as well. We've spoken about it before already in one of the previous videos. I don't know exactly when, because we have so many videos right now already. I think we are at over, I don't know, 60 videos, something like that. So we've spoken about this Puel multiple before already. Every time it goes into this green territory, it's kind of like a buy for a long. This is more long term, obviously not it's macro perspective. Every time we go into this green box, it's like a buy opportunity. And as we can see, and every time it goes into this red, of course, it's a selling opportunity. And as we can see here, price was here. Wait, I have to turn off the sound. 1 second. Hi Zendor, hi Darren. So when the price was pretty high here, as we can see, the Puel multiple was in the red zone, meaning sell, and afterwards, as you can see, price went down. Then price was pretty low here after the sell-off. It went into the green box, and then what happened? The price went steadily up again until here. We got red again, then the price went a little bit down, not that much. Then it went up higher again, and then red once again in the Puel multiple, and then of course the big crash. Oops, sorry. Oops, wrong click. and then sorry, where was it? Price went down, of course, once again, and then over here, this was in 2015. Green once again. We got a little beautiful bottom here, and then of course we got that incredible bull run all the way up to our 20,000, of course, and then 20,000, as you can see, red once again in the multiple, and then of course it went down, then green once again here. That was in December 2018, our 3,000 area, green, and then it went up to our 13,000, but it didn't show that it was oversold at that point. But right now, what I wanted to say is when we had that crash towards the 3,000 something like that, it went into green, of course, once again. And right now, even now, I'll zoom it in a little bit, on the 18th of June, and you can check what the price was on the 18th of June, around 9,000 something. It is actually in the green zone. So for the people who are following the Puel multiple for purchasing for like a long term, according to the Puel multiple, it is a good buy right now. So once again, it's another indicator that there's kind of showing me that, of course, although things are not looking, of course, this is macro perspective, right? So even though if we would be pulling back towards, like, you know, let's say 7,500, for example, 7,500, it would still be, of course, it will just go more into the green zone towards the downside. So, but overall, this is actually quite macro, in a macro perspective, it's quite bullish, because in the future, usually when we get out of that green zone and we go back up towards the red zone, it might be a good time to be buying Bitcoin, is basically what this chart is telling us, right? So where are we going to next? So yeah, basically just wanted to show you guys that, you know, it's still in the green right now, and yeah, might be a good pickup, right? What I'm gonna say, for the long run, not for the short run. So next, yeah, let's go to the traditional markets first, right? Traditional markets, the close. Okay, let's go for the weekly close first. Weekly close on Nasdaq, pretty good. Okay, I mean, look at this candle, very beautiful. I do think in a midterm, this weekly candle is showing continuation. However, the daily candle was pretty bad. If we are looking at the daily candle, this is a yeah, it's a pretty strong rejection, pulling back down all the way below to this side. But to be honest, no macro structure has been broken or anything like that, but it's a serious pullback. And looking at this, hi Alvin, looking at this daily candle close, this kind of looks that most likely when we are gonna be opening during the next week, we might see a little bit continuation towards the downside first, and it will be very important to see if basically this area holds, yes or no, right? If this area holds, then, you know, no issues at all, and most likely we'll be heading back up. If that area doesn't hold, then yeah, that would be pretty bad. That would be pretty bad for the traditional markets, and of course, if it's bad for the traditional markets, it's bad for our Bitcoin as well. So if this area here, I would say the EMA 21, if this area doesn't hold, like I said, if we start closing candles below it, I do expect there's a major pullback towards around the 9K area or our EMA 100-ish area there, but it hasn't happened yet, right? So we can't say anything right now. But this daily close was pretty bad on Friday or yesterday. So let's take a look on the mini futures. Pretty much the same scenario on the mini futures. As we can see right now here on the weekly, things are quite okay. We bounced. This is basically bouncing off on the EMA 55 or the EMA 21 or the simple 10 moving average. You can clearly see they're all converged at that point right there. So it bounced off quite decently, broke up, and is higher than this previous weekly candle in terms of the body. So weekly candle quite good, but the daily, of course, once again, daily, this is not a good daily candle close. Plus we closed below the EMA 21 by $0.50. Okay, it's just $0.50, but you know, it just doesn't look like a very healthy daily close candle, let's put it like that. So it's very similar to to the Nasdaq chart, most likely we will see some sort of like continuation downwards. And this is basically the area that is critical, right? The EMA 55, EMA 200, the EMA 100 is all there. If we break that that box down there, then yeah, I do expect us to go all the way down to this green box here that I've already set up around the 2,800 ish levels, and that would be a serious pullback as well for S&P, meaning also for Bitcoin as well, of course, right? So that's the reason why for people who are interested in Bitcoin, they should also be taking a look at the traditional markets as well, right? So next up, the CME chart. Of course, the CME chart closed down, of course, as well. And this is the weekly close that we can see. And as you can see right now, this weekly close is, well, if you are a bull, you can say, well, this is technically a higher low. But if you are a bear, you can also say that, of course, this is another a lower high, right? So, not that great for a weekly candle close as well. Of course, the daily candle close was pretty bad as well. As we can see here, this is bearish. This is a bearish, and the previous one was an engulfing bearish candle, and it wants to be basically continuation of the downtrend, and that's of course is not good, right? So going back to the weekly, I think this is basically the most important candle, the weekly, right? So since it's a doji candle, we all know what if you know me already, you kind of know what I'm gonna say already. This is actually going to be very, very important, right? So let's put the lines there, because basically the doji candle next week, the doji candle is basically going to tell us what is going to be happening and what is going to be doing, right? So we have, of course, the doji candle on the bottom side and the doji candle on the top side, and you will see that you will understand very, very quickly why it is so important, right? So maybe let's put a text here. So on the top side we have 9,627.5. Okay, let's put it at 9627, right, to make it easy. And then on the bottom side we have 8930. Okay. So why is this? Why are these two numbers very important? Of course, there's a little bit of price discrepancy between the CME chart and the spot price chart, right? So let's say around $50 give or take. $50 give or take. So we have 9.6K. Let's put it at 9.6K on the top side of the range and 8.9K on the bottom side of the range. Well, don't those two numbers sound very familiar to you? Of course they should sound very familiar for you, because we have been talking about that. Let's go on the daily chart first. We have talked about that wick down for a long time already. So this wick down here, and what is the price there? I'll put a vertical line as well, so it's, where's my magnet? Here's my magnet. So there, of course, and the price is 8892. I'll just put it right here. Okay. So yeah, we've spoken about this number for a long time already, how important it is that we do not break that number, because if we break that number, then the structure is basically broken. And how is the structure broken? Well, it's pretty easy to be seen here. So boom, we have here our first high, then we have a lower high. Then if we break this, if we make a lower low, then this would make another lower high, and then if the price, so basically if the price make a lower low, then it would break our structure, and it would just no longer be valid in our bullish uptrend with our higher lows, right? Because this would then become an X, right? This would become an X right there. So that's what we've been talking about. Crash and that would maybe wait. Do we have another symbol than that symbol? That's a very lame symbol. Do we have something that is more cool? Here we can put, what should we put? X. Let's put an X there. Lol. It's so much time for an X there. But anyways, so basically we would get a break of our uptrend, our bullish channel, uptrend channel that has been that we've been speaking about, right, for a long time. So very valid. We've been speaking about that that number 8.9K for a very long time already, and that basically got confirmed as well on the CME chart yesterday with this wick to the downside. As you can see here on the weekly chart, that's the range. Basically we break that range. I'm not saying it's over for Bitcoin, but we will most likely head down. Like I said, first stop would be around somewhere around the 8K ish, but I do believe that we'll most likely end up down towards 7.5K eventually, right? But yeah, a little stop around the 8K level, something like here. I didn't put the box there because it's here. Okay, so yeah, most likely here to around the 8K, make a small bounce, and then go down towards the 7.5K. We've spoken about that many times already, but I just wanted to show you guys how the more data we're getting, the more clear the picture becomes, right? Okay, oopsie. Okay, so then towards the top side, of course, we can see here the 9.6K area, and yep, if we can see here the 9.6K area, we've spoken about that already. I would be longing if, like I said yesterday, if we somehow break this 9,600 candle here on this top side. 1 second. I'll put that here. I think that was exactly, was that exactly 96? Well, it's 9599.5. So I'll just leave it there on to be exactly right. But okay, and then if that happens, then let's put the rocket ship, of course, right? The rocket ship, boom. The rocket ship. There. So so yeah, that's basically the data that we have been forming. If you've been watching me the last couple of videos, that's what I've been telling. I think the last, I don't know how many days was it, I don't know, the last couple of days, right? But you see how we get that beautiful full picture with that weekly close on the doji candle on the CME chart perfectly, right? And that's the beauty. I mean, I think that's the beauty of technical analysis, right? When you get to some point where you get, you know, whatever you're working on, it's like a painting that you're drawing, and you know, and things start to match up, or it becomes more and more clear, right? And yeah, so that's it. That's the positions that I've been telling you guys about. If you want to be waiting for some kind of confirmation, those are the two areas, right? 9.6K on the upside and 8.9K ish on the downside to have your confirmation. And whatever breaks, I mean, you know, that will confirm, give us a lot more clearer direction towards, you know, one of the two movements. And with HVP signaling massive moves of, like, you know, $1,000 or $2,000 moves, you know, that's basically what we're trying to be drawing here, to be in that position, right? So Oh yeah, maybe quickly about yesterday, or about my position. I closed my long this morning because for two simple reasons. As you know, I don't like to have positions open during the weekend because you have a lot of weekend fuckery. Like what Pledit just said, we saw a typical weekend fuckery move for like a few $100s. Does that confirm anything? That does confirm nothing for me, because during the weekend, that's the kind of fuckery that I kind of expect already. So that doesn't confirm anything for me. So that was what I was trying to explain, Zexal. So this morning, I already closed my long at like 9,310 or something like that, because of two reasons. First of all, weekend fuckery, and then because of the daily close of the traditional markets was pretty bad. And then, of course, like I said, we closed once again below the EMA 21 on the daily, plus below the simple 10 simple moving average. No, Zexal, I didn't get stopped, and I'm not in a position. I closed it this morning when I woke up and I saw the daily close. That's basically what yeah, so we have a bearish cross right now with the 10 simple moving average crossing over the daily, the yellow line, or the EMA 21 right now, which is usually a continuation pattern of towards the downside, right? But also, like I said, during the weekend, these are the typical things that you will see. It will go down like $100 and flip back up to the normal, like nothing happens, and this is what you're seeing, right? This kind of like a Darth Maul candle. It's very typical, but it doesn't really affect the pattern, the whole pattern. If you're looking at like I said, I explained yesterday, we have some sort of a descending broadening wedge, and it broke. As you can see, it broke out and then it went back down, but then you see it just basically pushes us off that support line once again. So nothing conclusive here, nothing conclusive, right? So most likely, since it's weekend, I don't really expect a resolution just yet. Do I expect the resolution on opening day? Most likely. I mean, it has to happen next week, but I think it's going to be running hot already, most likely late Sunday or early Monday morning for me. But in terms of like the structure, nothing has been broken just yet or anything like that. So I would not be completely going bearish or completely going bullish or anything like that. Well, like I said, there's a lot of things that can happen, right? So price action is always during the weekend. I mean, most likely what will happen during this weekend is that we will just be ranging between the two green boxes once again, for a little bit, maybe a wick down more. Actually, I expect to be pushed a little bit more towards the downside during this weekend, to be honest, because that daily close on the traditional market was really bad. And I kind of have a feeling that more and more people are starting to become more bearish now, because it's taking so long for a resolution towards the upside, and there is so much hesitation right now, right, in the market. It has been basically ranging in this structure for the last couple of months, but that's basically what you want in terms of like if you are a bull, to be seeing accumulation on the higher end or on the higher range of the price. So this is actually for bulls, this is actually really good. Like, we are at that very strong resistance, and actually we're actually above it, a little bit above it. We don't really manage to get through it immediately, but that is, or else we would get so many people, too many people longing, and that's not a good thing, right? So if we see something like this is very bearish. As you can see, we try to break it, it doesn't work out, we get an like after 1-2 weeks we get an instant massive we get an instant massive rejection towards the downside. But this is not what is happening right now. If we see here, we try to break it, it doesn't work out. It's kind of pushing a little rejection, but not really a full rejection. Trying again, a little rejection. This is a bullish structure, although it's, of course, it's taking it's taking a while, but this is kind of what you want to be seeing. So as a bull, this is actually more bullish than bearish. And a lot of people, but the problem is, of course, the longer it takes for most people, it will become impatient, and they will be thinking like, oh, this is going to be another rejection once again. But like I said, this is quite bullish, to be honest. This is one of the first time, if we look at the previous times, like here, we can see here, got here, very strong rejection to the downside. We tried it again, but very strong immediately. As you can see, 1-2 weeks after, very strong rejection towards the downside immediately to the downside. So this is a different structure, right? This is a different structure. This is more the structure for like when we are trying to be breaking towards the upside rather than the downside, right? So it's I'm trying to see if we can see some another example where we are like grinding towards the top before we break out. I don't think I can see it on the BitMEX charts. Maybe on the Bitstamp chart. Maybe I'll look it up for the next time. Some clearer example for that kind of situation. But yeah, this is not a bearish structure. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's guaranteed that we're gonna be breaking up or anything like that. It's just for me, I'm still leaning more towards the bullish side than the bearish side. Just, you know, in terms of what I'm seeing right now. Does that mean that we'll for sure break up? Oh, hell no. I mean, hell no. So, but still, for me, like I said, more bullish than bearish right now. And yeah, yesterday we've spoken about this falling broadening wedge already. I've already shown you right now already, you know, broke out very weak, got immediately dumped down, but did not go back into our broadening wedge. That's very important. And as you can see right now, pushing up after getting this monster fake out wick to the downside. And this fake out wick, this is completely, you know, irrelevant for me, because if this would have happened during a normal working day, or, you know, a weekday, that's what I mean, then I would you know, take it in consideration, right? I would definitely take it in consideration, because, you know, you could say like, wow, we created a lower low. But since it's a weekend, and it happened in, like, you know, I don't know how fast was the wick. It was within let's see how many minutes. It was really fast. I think. Let's see how many minutes. Within 5 minutes, basically. So in 5 minutes, it went down and it went back up. I mean, clearly not something that I'm really serious. You know, considering it as something really serious. This is the kind of weekend fuckery that I'm talking about, and that's the reason why I don't want to be in a position during the weekend, right? Or I want to be trading during the weekend, because I don't want to be getting stuck in those kind of situations where I'm like, what the fuck, and then, you know, panic moves and this and that. I just prefer not to be wanting to be in that position. But to be honest, this can, like I said, this can easily be pushed back one more time towards the downside as well, towards the 9K-ish area. It would still not break the structure that we are talking about. And the real structure that we are talking about is those two numbers that we've been talking about for the past, I don't know, was it a week? Is it a week already? I don't know how long we've been talking about that area or that range already. It's been a while. So yeah, also, as we can see here on the daily, still the RSI is still on this falling wedge, as we can see. Not really falling wedge, downward channel, but usually it breaks towards the upside rather than the downside, right? But like I have explained also before, it kind of has to happen really fast, or else bearish divergence is going to be setting in. Definitely when the weekly close is coming, that could potentially confirm bearish divergence coming, but we also have potential bullish divergence confirming on the 3-day chart. So that would be then, like I said before, negate the weekly bearish divergence. Sorry. So yeah, all of those things, to keep it really, really simple, like I've explained for this is basically the CME chart is showing everything, right? This doji candle on the weekly showing us the two ranges, this range on the top side, this range on the downside. On the spot price, it is exactly this 9,600 and 8,900 on the downside. So breaking one of those two structures is basically what we are waiting for and hoping for, and let's see what happens over the next couple of days. Would I be interested? Because there's a lot of weekend fuckery, because I'm still more biased towards the top side. What I will be doing during this weekend is I will put in some long positions, but on like the low ranges. So maybe I'll catch a wick. That's the kind of like mindset or thought that I have for this weekend, because I do believe that we will get resolution next week, right? And since we kind of know our ranges so well and our risk is so defined, for example, I put a buy order at like 9,005, something like that, for a long. Well, if things don't work out on Monday and we break down below towards 8.9k, there's only a $100 spread there, and I can switch it over into a short, obviously, if we break that zone. So the risk is, as in the trader's perspective, is very small. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I set up now for like this weekend. Is it going to be hitting? I don't know. Is it possible that it hits? Sure, why not? Because it's like I said, we can get like this kind of crazy 5-minute candles during the weekend again, where it drops like a $200 down and then flips back up immediately towards the upside. So, but to be clear, in terms of like defined ranges, nothing has changed. So I'm sorry to say it, for like the past 7 days or 8 days or something like that, nothing has changed at all. We're still waiting on the resolution of this basically the structure, right? So yeah, next week we will most likely be finding out, and I don't think it's gonna be like late next week or something like that. So I think Monday already, when things are opening, I think we're gonna see a heavy action immediately. So yeah, but for now, my strategy is still leaning towards the upside. So because that's what I do believe that we will have a bounce on Monday or Tuesday or something like that on the traditional markets. Plus, like I said, we're still on a macro uptrend, and the risk is so defined. I mean, it's clearly defined for me. So very low risk. That's what I think. So I just put in some, I call it lottery bits, where I just put it at like 9,000 ish area, something like that. If it hits, it hits. If it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit, right? That kind of mindset. It's not really trading. I don't really call it trading, but it's just my bias is still the same as it has been for the past, I don't know, week or something like that, right? So, but other than that, very little to be updated. Once again, I'm still waiting for one of those ranges to be breaking. RSI still same pattern. There's no divergences to be found. I've just checked it as well. Is there any divergences? No divergences as well on the daily. Potential divergence on the weekly, potential divergence, bullish divergence on the 3-day, that we can see. But other than that, yeah, nothing else, right? So weekly, this is what the weekly looks like. 3-day chart. When is the 3-day? Oh yeah, there's still 2 days. That's gonna take a long time. And the 2-day chart. The 2-day chart is going to be closing tomorrow as well, right? Yeah, correct. 2-day chart is going to be closing tomorrow. Once again, very important. But since it's a weekend, I put less importance onto it, but we still want to be seeing it. Do we close above the EMA 21 or not? And if we close above the 10 simple moving average, of course, that's very important. I mean, that's a very bullish sign as well, right? So above 9,565 for the bulls, below 9,267 for the bears, that would be pretty bad, right? But it would not immediately push me into a short position or anything like that. It's just something that I want to be clear about. The only real structure break would be the 8,900. Then I'll switch it. I'll switch it into a bearish stand. What else I wanted to say? Boom boom. Oh yeah. That was on the. I think it was on the 2-day chart that I wanted to show it. No, it was on the 3-day chart. No, it wasn't on the 3-day chart. 2-day chart. Boom, boom, boom. Where was it again? Can't find it. Boom, daily. Huh. Interesting. I saw it somewhere when I was doing it just today, but I can't really find it anymore. It was some bullish cross that I saw that happened, but yeah, can't find it. Yeah, I can't see it. Sorry, I can't see it. Anyways. Since that we have closed another 12-hour candle, let's take a look on ranges. And I don't think anything. There's nothing special. I don't think 9.5 and then to the bottom side around 9.1, something like that, most likely. I don't think it's going to be that interesting. Let's take a look. Expected moves charts, first standard deviation to the top side is 9,463, and first standard deviation to the bottom side is 9,134. And as you can see, still curling towards the downside expected moves chart. So like I said, would I be very surprised that we just touch that 9K line or the bottom of this bullish of this upward channel once again, because it's weekend? It wouldn't surprise me, like a small wick there. So maybe we get filled, but we could not. It's very possible not to get filled as well. So I wouldn't really hope on it. Let's put it like that. Our Stokes are still curling up, but it's kind of like here. Like I'm really worried about here that we curl down there. That would be pretty bad. So yeah, 12 hours. HVP is flashing on the 12 hours, so yeah, nothing to say about that. I think we're gonna have some moves. Like I said, Sunday. I don't think. Well, maybe no. I don't think today is going to be like a big move. I think tomorrow is most likely more probable that we're gonna have a big move. RSI is still below the EMA, very near on the uptick price though, so it's not that important. The daily Stokes here, this one concerns me actually the most, is this one. We are below that support trend line of the Stokes. It has to curl up very soon, very soon. So that's the reason why this is quite concerning for if you are bullish like me. And then let's take a look here. RSI, yeah, still below. We'll be crossing up at 9,400. Doesn't give us that much information, I feel. Let's take a look on the short term. 4 hour. It bounced, as you can see, it bounced off this support trend line, but not very. Doesn't look very strong, is it? Like a small bounce. Well, it's weekend also, but this is not good. Let's take a look on the RSI. Yeah, it doesn't tell us that much. Below also, but doesn't tell us that much information as well. So yeah, short term doesn't look good. Short term, to be honest, it doesn't look good. it seems like this RSI wants to just drop back down more, and then hopefully bounce off once again like that. So maybe, like I said, maybe this is gonna be droopy down towards Sunday, and then touch our like 9K ish area, and then hopefully break up from there on Monday. That's what I'm hoping. But yeah, like I said, if we break the 8.9K, it's not gonna be a happy day for people who are bullish. Let's put it like that. For me, obviously, don't really care, but yeah, I would prefer that this scenario towards the upside. That's just a more happy thought and a happy feeling, right? But yeah, I guess other than that, on this beautiful Saturday, I think we covered it. At least I think I covered it what I wanted to say. Boom, boom. Dun, 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 dun. Is there anything else? Let me think. There was like some bullish cross that I wanted to show you guys. Interesting. Oh yeah, it was on the S&P here. Yeah, this is what I wanted to show. So we have this bullish cross here between the green line and the purple line, or what we call the golden cross. For me, it's the EMA 55. Normally, you compare it with the 50 and the 200, but I do it with the 55. I don't want to go into that explanation once again. But the green line crossing over. So usually, what happens is when we get a golden cross, it does get retested. So that's the reason why I do think that maybe when the market opens, we do get a retest of this cross. Golden cross before we head back up. So that's the reason why I still think that for Bitcoin it kind of looks droopy. So I just have a feeling that we'll be retesting this 9K ish area level before we go back up, because of the traditional markets. It doesn't have to be retesting that, but with that daily close, that's the thing that I'm feeling is going to be happening. So we open up the market, get here, get a liquidity grab, and then go up from here. And so yeah, for Bitcoin, pretty much very similar structure, right? So we make a small dump down towards that 9K ish area, and then go back up from there. It's very similar on the RSI. Let's take a look on the RSI. I want to see what the price level would be if the RSI would be in the bearish structure, right? So let's say I would say below this previous low. Let's say an average here. Oh, let's take this wick here. 36.1. What the price would be? 36.1. 36.1. 36.1. So 36.1. See what the price would be. Price would be 9,165. So it's not that bad. So a re-swipe of the bottom. Maybe let's take all the way down here. This previous low here at what is it, 27.5. If we get all the way down there, 27.5. Wait, sorry. Oops, wrong box. 27.5. Price would be 8,942. So that would be breaking the structure. No, it wouldn't be breaking the structure. Sorry, would not be breaking the structure. 8.9 is the structure break. So yeah, RSI would have to be retouching this and still not break the structure. So that gives me more positive energy. Actually, I'll actually put some bids as well at 8,950. Actually, just for fun. Because it seems like a nice number. Seems like a nice number. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do during the weekend. Just wait it out, look at the price action, something like that. But 8,950. Let's see where it would be. It would be here. Yeah, maybe a wick that we get there, just to tease the bears, maybe, or something like that. Well, it'll be easy to switch over into a short anyway. So that's kind of my mindset right now. Just trying to find some bids on the really low. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But other than that, yeah, we'll most likely have to be waiting for Monday to be seeing what the clarity of the situation will be. But that big move is coming, and it's gonna get there. It's gonna get there. So yeah, not in a position right now. Closed off. A little bit sad because I had a nice 20% that I was still in a long from 8,925. So yeah, I was hoping it would go to 9.7 or 9.8 first before it does this during the weekend. But yeah, something can't can't have it all. Can't have it all. Can't have it all. So yeah, I think that's it for today. I think yeah, I'm actually quite happy with how things are going, because if you have been looking at like my previous videos, how we painted the picture, and then the CME painted the full picture with this doji candle. I mean, I'm quite happy, to be honest. I'm quite happy. If I would be if I'm gonna be looking back into like my previous videos, I'll be quite happy with the efforts. But yeah, so yeah, I think that's it for today. Nothing in terms of like structure has been broken. So for people who are thinking that this wick here or down here into this green box here confirmed that we are in a bearish trend or something like that, no, it has not. It has not. First of all, weekend, guys. So don't expect major macro or trends to be broken during the weekend. There's usually never the volume for it. Usually could happen, but usually doesn't happen. Other than that, we can see here on the RSI, no structure has been broken with this wick to the downside and in the 5 minute. Really this is what we are looking for: a break below the 8.9 that would make a lower low and break this channel. A break above 9.6. Oh well, a break above 9.6 does not mean that we are going immediately to 11.5k. By the way, don't look at this as immediately to 11.5k or something like that. But if we do break this structure, most likely towards this area here, this green box here near the like 9.9 10k ish area is is very valid. Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you again tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. UTC +8. Please like, share, subscribe, ask questions, comment, whatever you want to do on this channel, and hope to see you again tomorrow as well. But until then, of